Hello and welcome to today's lesson on innovation objectives and practice. Today, we'll explore how innovation connects to the goals an organization sets and the everyday practices it follows. Whether you're leading a team or working in a growing business, it's important to understand how your daily actions align with bigger ambitions. Because that's what drives smart, sustainable growth. By the end of this session, you'll be able to define organizational objectives, recognize both internal and external practices, understand how they relate to innovation, and identify them in real workplace documents and systems. Let's get started by looking at the foundation: organizational objectives. So, what are organizational objectives? They're the specific, measurable goals that a business wants to achieve. Think of them as a GPS. They guide every move the organization makes. These objectives shape company policies, influence how resources are allocated, and form the criteria for evaluating success. When done right, objectives are not just words on paper. They are benchmarks. They let a business track progress and compare actual results with intended targets, just like checking your steps on a fitness app to stay on track with a health goal. Now that we know what organizations aim for, how do they actually get there? That's where organizational practices come in. These are the everyday actions and behaviors of employees, the way people work, communicate, and solve problems. In simple terms, objectives are the what, and practices are the how. For instance, if a company values innovation, then brainstorming sessions, open-door policies, and quick testing of new ideas might be part of daily practice. It's not just what the business says, it's what people actually do on the ground. Next, we will explore what organizational practices mean. Well, that is how a company's values come alive in real-life situations. They turn big ideas into real actions that power day-to-day operations and long-term business growth. And here's the key. In thriving organizations, these practices are aligned with core values and company culture. That means employees aren't just following rules, they're living out the mission. Now, when we talk about organizational practices, it's important to understand that they fall into two key categories: internal and external. Internal practices refer to what happens inside the organization. External practices, on the other hand, relate to how the organization deals with the outside world. In successful organizations, both types of practices are shaped by the company's core values and workplace culture. That's what helps ensure consistency and integrity across all areas of operation. Let's begin by taking a closer look at internal practices. Internal practices focus on the operations within the organization. These are the activities and processes that influence how employees interact, build relationships, and achieve results together. When these practices are well aligned with the organization's core culture, they can play a powerful role in driving success and creating a strong internal environment. In short, internal practices help shape the way work gets done on a daily basis, and how that work reflects the organization's purpose and direction. Now let's see what kinds of internal practices are most commonly found in the workplace. Internal practices typically include a variety of operational elements that keep the organization running smoothly. These include work habits, systems and processes, training, development, and onboarding, internal communications, technology, recruitment and selection, performance management. Each of these elements forms part of the internal framework that supports productivity, staff engagement, and organizational growth. Next, we'll look at the other side of the equation: external practices. External practices describe how the organization interacts with individuals or groups outside of its internal structure. These are not about internal staff or systems. Instead, they cover the organization's connections with the wider world, how it engages with clients, partners, suppliers, and the broader community. For example, external practices include the products and services offered, and the relationships built with key external stakeholders. Together with internal practices, these external actions help shape the organization's overall reputation, effectiveness, and ability to innovate within its industry. So, how can we actually identify organizational objectives and innovation practices? Well, the good news is this information is often already documented and accessible in the workplace. Organizational objectives and innovation-related processes are usually captured in everyday documents. By reviewing these, we can better understand how innovation is built into the way the organization functions. Let's walk through the 3 main types of documents you should look out for. The 3 key sources you should refer to are: 1. Policies and procedures related to innovation. 2. Work instructions. 3. Records and plans. Each of these provides insight into how innovation is embedded in both strategic direction and daily operations. Next, let's break down each one to see what they offer. The first category is policies and procedures. Look specifically at sustainability policy and procedures, and policy and procedures to promote and manage innovation. These documents show how the organization commits to innovation and long-term improvement. They lay out the official expectations and processes that guide innovative thinking and sustainable practices within the organization. Next up are work instructions. These documents outline the steps needed to complete routine tasks. But more importantly, they can highlight how innovation is integrated into the day-to-day workflow. By reviewing these instructions, we can identify how innovative practices are applied on the ground, in real time, and how they shape the way teams operate every day. The final source to explore is records and plans. This includes the business plan and the sustainability plan. These documents provide a broader view of the organization's direction and its commitment to innovation. They show how innovation is integrated into long-term goals, resource planning, and future development strategies. That brings us to the end of our lesson on innovation objectives and practice. Understanding how goals and practices connect with innovation gives you a stronger sense of direction and a clearer role to play in helping your organization grow and improve. It's all about turning ideas into action and action into progress. Feel free to ask if anything's unclear or if you'd like to dive deeper into any part of today's session. Goodbye and see you next time.